Welcome to a new session, and in this session let's explore how to go and set the bucket policy over a bucket. So why do we set the bucket policy? Because we want to explicitly set the policy over a bucket to go and control the access to it, not just the access, like what kind of access is going to be allowed, what kind of objects can be uploaded, what kind of objects can be downloaded, who will have access to what. So all these kind of control can be done from the bucket policies. So here in this specific session, what I'm going to do is I'm going to control the access to the bucket. All right, control what object can be uploaded to the bucket. Let's see that right now. So let me go and pick up a bucket which is already there, which is test bucket s3 wall-demo wall1. And once I go there, let me check on the permissions. And when I click on the permissions, and under the permissions I have the block public access settings, and then I have the bucket policy. So under the policy I have it is showing as no policy to display at the moment. All right, so let's go and set up a policy now. So click on edit, and once I click on edit, this page will open where I have a template of a JSON template already there. Basically the idea, the standards, the settings which should be there in that particular S3 policy, bucket policy. All right, so let me go and delete this, and let me go and click on the policy generator. And so what is the policy I'm going to create? I'm going to create a S3 bucket policy. And what I want to do is I want to ensure that every object that is going to be uploaded to the bucket is always having a SSE S3 encryption key assigned to that, right? If it is not there, it's not going to be uploaded. So that's what we are going to be controlling here. So I have selected to deny that. Principle is every object, right? Okay, so the next action is, what is the action that we're going to be doing? So it is the put object, right? So we're going to put objects, and when we are putting the object, it needs to have this control. All right, scroll down and we should see put object here. So let me select the put object. Good. Now we have to input the Amazon resource name. So of this particular, of the bucket. All right, so where can I get this? Go back to your edit bucket policy page, and here at the top you should see the bucket ARN. All right, so copy the bucket ARN now and go here and input that. The next important step is, if you see here, it says ARN should follow the following format, which means the ARN followed by the key name. So that is what is the important factor to be remembered here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go there, slash followed by a wildcard again. So next is the condition. So the first condition is I'm going to set it as null, and the key is it has to have the S3 Amazon server side encryption there, and it has to be true. So that is the condition. Okay, so let me add the condition now first. So the first step is add the condition and then click on add statement. So once you've done that, you get the first statement here. All right, it is set. Now I want to set up another statement also, where I want to define and say if so the first step was it has to have the encryption key. The second step is the encryption key has to be a AES 256 encryption key. So we know what is AES 256 encryption key. So I'm going to go and click on deny here. Principle is again all objects or any object, and action again I'm going to put the objects. What object again? Upload. So put object is what I need to get it here. Put object, got it. Okay, all right. So again the ARN resource name, okay, slash star, and next again the condition. All right, so here the condition I want to do is string is not equals. Okay, remember this is string is not equals, and the key is going to be the again Amazon server side encryption, and the value has to be AES 256. So the first step was to add condition. All right, so it's added. Next is to add the statement. So I have added two statements to it, and both of them are going to be denying the option to upload an object if it does not have the server side encryption enabled, and if it is enabled, it should have AES 256 type encryption key associated with that. If both the conditions are not met, then it's not going to be allowing the object to be uploaded. All right, so let me go and click on the generate policy now. Well, the policy is generated. Make sure to copy the object clearly, copy it, come back here, and let's paste the policy. All right, so the policy seems to be we have added the policy here. So it's got two statements in here. All right, so we've got statement 1, which denies all access to the resource in the condition that if the server side encryption is not there. Okay, if it is not there, it should not allow it to upload. And the second condition is it's got to be a AES 256. So these are the two conditions. Let me go and save the changes now. Successfully edited the bucket policy. All right, let's go and test the policy if it's effected correctly. Right? Okay, let's come back here. Let's go to the objects and let me first try to upload an object without the SSE key. Okay, I'll click on add files, and I have a file which is called a coffee cup here. I'll select the coffee cup, and I have the properties here under which I can go and add an encryption key, but I'm not going to do that right now. Let's see what's happening, because I've already set the policy. Let's check and see if it's uploading. No, it is telling the upload has failed and the access is denied. So it says you don't have permissions to upload the files in folders. The reason why? Because it doesn't have a encryption key associated with it. Now the same file, let's go and try it once again. Let's go and click on upload, add files, and I'll select the same file. However, this time let me go to the properties, and under the properties, let me go and select the encryption key. All right. Use default encryption bucket keys. You remember we already set this on the bucket in one of the previous sessions, right? So that's why it is asking if you want to use the default encryption bucket settings. We will go with the manual one. We will select it, by ourselves to ensure that we are selecting the right encryption type. So Amazon has 3 managed keys, and yes. So let me go and upload now. You see that the upload has succeeded. All right. So that is how we can control the access to the bucket using the bucket policies. There are numerous bucket policies that we can create based on the conditions. So yeah, it's good to explore a lot of them. So where I can see a lot of these examples, you click on the buckets and click on one of the bucket and click on permissions. Bucket policies, you click on it again. All right. So if you can see your policy examples are there, so you click on it, you can Amazon does share with us a lot of sample policies, granting permissions to multiple accounts with added conditions, read-only permission to an anonymous user. So we've got a lot of samples here, the way in which we need to set up the policy. So please do take some time to explore all these policies. Thank you very much for watching this session, and see you in the next session.